afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. Guys, we're going to review another Class C motorhome today. Just got in this really good looking low mileage 2016 Coachmen Freelander. This is a pretty cool floor plan. It's called a 29KS. And it's 31 feet 1 inches long at the longest point, bumper to bumper. It has only 19,000 miles on it. Really clean motor home. We're just going to go over it inside and outside. Then we're going to bring the room in, show you what it looks like with the slide out room in. Then we're going to test drive it later in the video as long as this rain holds out. So let's go around it. First of all, it does have a large power awning. We do have to clean the awning, guys. I apologize about that, but rest of the motor home looks great. Now, of course, it is a 16 model. It is a used motor home. Couple little cosmetic imperfections, and this is a very common problem on Coachmen's that I've noticed. You do have a little bit of cracking in this seam right here on the stripes on the Coachmen's, and it seems like that's a very common problem on Coachmen. Seems like I've seen that on more used Freelanders and other Coachmen's than I haven't seen. It does have some really nice Michelin tires that should ride great. I've got some outside bays open. Show you what we got, what we're working with here. It has a 4 kW Onan generator running right now. Of course, this is all Asdale composite panels, which is of course, you got fiberglass on the outside. Unlike traditional RVs that have a wood backer board, this fiberglass is glued to. The Asdale is an artificial board, and so if you ever get water in it and it causes that wood to rot like it would in traditional RVs, and that fiberglass has nothing to glue to, and what you have is you start having bubbles in it that pops up when that happens in that situation. That's called delamination. According to Asdale, that's never going to happen with this, because that Asdale material that this fiberglass is bonded to will never rot, even if it gets wet. You can stick a sample of Asdale in a bowl of water, leave it there for 6 months. It will never retain water, never rot, or anything like that. So that's one thing that you don't have to worry about on a Asdale unit is delamination. You've got your rear huge mega storage, which opens up on 3 sides, both sides and the rear. Huge amount of storage right here. Do have a small area right here for storage. Now this unit, there is an optional rear kitchen they used to put in these, but this unit was not ordered with it, which is no big deal. I mean, guys, you can get you a little fold up. You've got plenty of storage in here for a fold up table and a grill. I mean, that's all basically you're getting anyway with an outdoor kitchen and a cooler. I mean, you got room to store all that in your mega storage and then some. But you can see, guys, everything looks good. It does have the Ford E450 chassis, 305 horsepower V10, 6.8 liter, 420 pound-feet of torque with a 7,500 pound tow capacity. Now, guys, honestly, I do not recommend putting that kind of weight behind a E450 chassis. 5,500, 6,000 max, maybe. But specs say you can do it. If you buy it as your RV, you put behind it what you want, as long as it's underneath that factory tow rating. Just be your best judgment. I'm just telling you my judgment from 25 plus years of driving RVs and actually towing these for a living for several years. 4 kW Onan generator runs great, 19,000 some odd miles on it, runs great. Again, the outside looks great besides just those cracks in the stripes. Windshield looks great, front end looks great, Cabover looks great, no front windows. What a price. NADA, I'm several thousand under NADA. Average retail with just adjusting for the miles with no added options. Guys, contrary to popular belief, never add for options on the NADA. Go base NADA and just for mileage. If somebody tells you different, they're just overvaluing their unit to make it look good to sell it to you. Let me flash that up real quick. So you can see, guys, I got a great price on this one with ultra low miles, all original, very nice interior. Let's look inside this 29 KS. Couple of things I'll point out as we go in. First of all, feels really good in here. It does have the optional 15,000 BTU ducted roof air with the heat pump. And how do you tell if your Coachman has a has a 13.5 or 15,000 BTU roof air? I'll show you here in a minute. It's very, very easy. All you gotta do is look at the thermostat, but I'll show you that in a second. First, another thing I want to show you, it is one of the very few motorhomes that is factory set up and tested for a car seat, for a single car seat. Contrary to popular belief, probably 99% of motorhomes out there are not safe to put children in. And I'm not trying to cost myself a sales, guys, because I'd rather tell you the truth. Putting a child's safety at risk is not worth to me selling 100 RVs or 1,000 RVs to put a single child's safety at risk. Guys, if your children are supposed to be in car seats like mine is, 1 out of 100 RVs is set up for a car seat. Majority of them are not. Most people with children have to have towable RVs where they can keep their children in car seats in their pickup truck or SUV and tow the camper behind it. This is the rare exception to that rule. You can put, it is a forward-facing single car seat right there on the table boot. All car seats must be forward-facing. I've seen people on Facebook, I cringe. I say something to them, they don't listen. They'll have 3 kids set up in 3 car seats and a couch in a slide out. That is the most dangerous things. You do not want to be, of course you don't want to be in a wreck, period, but in a slide out that is not attached to the frame, that moves back and forth sideways, is the worst place that you would want a child to be in a car seat in an accident. All car seats must be anchored to the frame in a forward facing position, not in a slide out. Guys, I did research. I've contacted multiple government agencies, including the National Highway Safety Administration, fire department, police stations, insurance companies. Guys, I did extensive research when we had our little girl. I got rid of a 38-foot Class A, went to a 25-foot Class B plus Class C, just so that I could take her in a car seat without having her and my wife follow us in her car, so we could all ride together as a family. That's how serious I take it. And it took me, even after I discovered, it still took me 2.5 years to find the right RV that we could put her car seat in and be safe. And I don't regret it one bit, not one bit. So please, guys, if you've got questions about car seats, don't pay attention to what you read on social media, because they will lead you wrong. Email me directly, bo@parkwayrvcenter.com. Not in sales. I'm not going to try to say something. I will tell you what you need to know, the actual truth, after many hours of research and about car seats. But the majority of people, if you've got multiple kids, guys, you might as well go ahead and forget about owning an RV. You might as well go ahead and you're going to be in a towable RV. I'm just going to go ahead and warn you now. If you've got multiple kids that require car seats, you're not going to own a motorhome and safely tow them or safely carry them in a motorhome. You're either going to have to follow somebody else in the motorhome with the kids in a car seat in a vehicle, or you're going to have to buy a towable camper or fifth wheel. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like I said, it's not worth me selling an RV to put a kid's life in danger. All right, ran over about that. But anyway, back to this particular one. 19,000 miles. I'm going to show you the TV works, because when I crank it up, that TV is going to go off. I've got it set on DVD. I've just got a test DVD I carry in my golf cart to make sure it works. We're going to go ahead and crank it up. Dash air is ice cold, 19,000, 37.5 miles. So barely 19,000 miles. And fires right up. Backup camera works great. It does have a Bluetooth stereo. All that up here looks great. You got your second set of keys. Dash looks good, power windows, power locks, tilt cruise, all that stuff. Seats look like 19,000 mile seats, no carpet, rubber mat in the front like it should be in a Class C. You do have, and you can see guys, as soon as I cranked it up, TV cuts off. That's a safety feature, so the driver is not stretching his or her neck up to look at the TV when they should be paying attention to the road. This unit also has the optional safety netting, which can be used for cargo or for kids in your overhead bed. And you basically got a couple of seatbelt buckles in here. And y'all forgive me, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Hold the camera with the other, and sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. But this safety net can be used to store cargo up here so it doesn't roll out, or keep your kids from rolling out of the bed in the middle of the night. And this bed is in between. It's bigger than a full, but a little smaller than a queen, so you're going to use queen size sheets. Your TV's on a swivel. You got, again, built-in DVD player that works. You got day-night shades up here. 350-pound capacity on the overhead bed. And y'all saw how that cushion stored up out of the way. You do have a table booth that makes a bed, a couch that makes a separate bed in the slide out, so this is an 8 sleeper. Kitchen area, countertop extender, big double basin sink, 3 burner stovetop, doesn't look like it's been used, Furion microwave. All that looks like it's supposed to. I like the flooring in here. TV, refrigerator is a RV refrigerator freezer, so this can run off of propane or electric. So even if you're boondocking without power and you don't want to run your generator, you can run this on propane, or run it on propane when you're driving down the road if you did not want to operate it, if you didn't want to operate a generator. Speaking of generator, 503 hours running right now. It is a Gas DSI gas water heater. And this is an easy way to tell if your RV has a 13.5 or a 15,000 BTU air conditioner in a Coachmen Freelander. And the easy way to tell if it's got a heat pump button, because the heat pump option in a Dometic in this era is only available in a 15,000 BTU. You cannot get a 13.5 with an electric heat pump in a Coachmen Freelander. So if it doesn't say heat pump, it's a 13.5. If it does say heat pump, it's a 15,000, which is an option. Now granted, is 1,500 extra BTU of AC going to change your life? No. Is it going to make the difference between buying an RV or not buying an RV? No. But it's just a nice little extra cooling power to have. You do have a little step up here because of that mega storage. About a 4 or 5 inch step up. You do have an outside vanity with a medicine cabinet. Pretty decent amount of storage underneath it. I do like the curved walls in here. It gives you kind of a nice feel to it. And you can kind of see here in the bedroom, of course, you got your solid sliding door for privacy, and you can kind of see how the walls curve right here. Gives you a ton of space right here. I mean, tons of changing room. Of course, one side's bigger than the other. Over there's a little bit tighter, but over here, especially for big like me, plenty of space over here for me to change clothes and get ready and all that stuff. You got a closet right here, overhead storage underneath the bed. You do have, what's over here? You've got, no need to carry your chargers with you, just your cords. You got some USB and 12-volt chargers right there. And your bathroom, open this bad boy up. RV toilet over in the corner, and a stand-up shower with a skylight. Everything looks good in here. You do have solid doors on each side of the bathroom, so you can isolate the bathroom from the front of the RV and the bedroom if you wish to do so. AC does feel great in here. And really feels good now that we got the top air and the dash air going at the same time. And yes, guys, you can run your generator when going down the road to cool off the rest of the RV, because as good as that dash air feels, it's not going to do much for you if you're really beyond this sofa and this table booth. It's not really going to cool much. So keep that in mind. Guys, it's a nice unit. It's $57,900 haggle-free firm. Now, guys, I looked it up on RV Trader. There's one other one for $59,900. That's the closest one. They don't even list the miles, and it's a dealer in Texas that's got it. I even went to their website to see if I could even find the miles. And guys, look, I know this is off subject, but I guess because I've been doing this for so long. See, when you go to my website, parkwayrvcenter.com, that's all me. I do the pictures, I do the descriptions. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I do make mistakes. I'm human. But I take pride in my work. You know, you see my pictures, you see my videos. I have everything on. I'm a one-man show, guys. I go out here, I pull these units out, I put the rooms out, I put the awnings out, I turn everything on. I go through and sometimes I'll fix 2 or 3 little things on it that need to be fixed. Or I'll get it fixed, or if it needs to be washed, I'll get it washed. Or I've even had to drag out a hose and a bucket and a brush and wash it myself. I mean, or clean the interior of one myself, guys. I mean, that's just what I do. I mean, I'm a firm believer in first impressions. When you're selling something, first impressions can make or break a sale, whether it's an online first impression or in person. And I go online, like this dealer in Texas. I'm not going to mention their name, but if you go on RV Trader, you'll see it. $59,900, 16 model, just like this, but no miles. Looks like an 8-year-old took the pictures. Didn't even put the rooms out. No lights on. The pictures are like if they want to take a picture of the sofa, where I normally would have done it something like this. They got down like this. There's the sofa. That's the picture like they would have put on there. You can't tell nothing from that. No floor plan. You know, they wanted to show the kitchen, where I would back off and show it at an angle where you can get all the details. They're showing a picture like this. There's your kitchen. That's the only picture they have. I mean, and these are supposed to be professional dealers, guys, professionals. But they can't hire somebody that knows how to use a camera to take pictures of an RV. That just gets my goat. And even, and of course, you know, they're selling a used motorized vehicle and don't even post the mileage. At least they posted the price. I guess that's one good thing. But, you know, besides price, mileage is the most important thing that anybody selling anything can post in an ad, is the price. The 2 most important things are price and miles and condition. So, anyway, so hey, if you work for that dealership in Texas, fire your internet guy. Get you somebody that knows what the heck they're doing, or somebody at least takes pride in their work and takes a few extra minutes to make them look right. I know that frustrates y'all as shoppers. I know it does. It would me if I was shopping for an RV and I saw one I like and I seen sloppy pictures like that. I just don't get it. And no details, even on their website, there was no details. But that's what I do. That's why I do what I do, guys. That's why I go through the extra mile. You go to my website, you're going to see pictures. You're going to see all the specifications, measurements, tank sizes, towing capacities, factory sales brochures. I mean, you're going to get information overload when you go to parkwayrvcenter.com on every unit that I shoot a video on. And that's what I believe in. My goal one day is to be able to put so much information, even though I know this will probably never happen, that everybody's questions will be answered, that all they got to do is call and talk to a salesperson and say, yes, I'll take it. That may never happen, but that's my goal one day. I'll have all your questions answered before you call or come in to buy an RV. But who knows? Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do, this unit is 57.9, includes our major systems inspection, and this is what we do. Even though we got the lowest price out there for this year, make and model, and definitely one of the lowest mileage ones out there, at least I think we do, because one other dealer doesn't post their miles. We still include our major systems inspection, which we check and make sure the major things work that can ruin your trip. We make sure slide out works. We make sure it drives correctly. We make sure the roof air conditioner gets to operating temp, your refrigerator freezer gets to operating temperature. We make sure that the plumbing systems work correctly. There's no plumbing leaks. We make sure the water heater gets hot. All your faucets, spigots, toilet, all that stuff works like it's supposed to. Awning work, even though we don't check and guarantee the awnings, it obviously works. And all the lights work. I mean, every single light I turned on works. And I showed you the few cosmetic things that I saw that you need to know about, because it is a 6-7 year old motorhome after all. It's not new. If it was in brand new condition, it'd be priced the same as a 2022 model or 23 model, and this thing's half price with 19,000 miles. So put a number to that, you know, figure that. That's some expensive camping the original owners did. But so I'm saving you a ton of money, and I'm gonna leave the little stuff to you because of the money you're saving. So, you know, the major stuff that can ruin your trip, we check it and been guaranteed to work at time of sale. Slide out, refrigerator, freezer, air conditioner, generator, we'll make sure it works. Plumbing systems, all that stuff. You know, that stuff can ruin your trip. Let's just say this light right here didn't work. Well, guys, you can change that yourself in 10 minutes. It's a $15 part on Amazon. Or you can go to an RV dealer and pay $30 for the same parts you can buy for $15 on Amazon. But that's something you can change yourself. It's a couple of screws and 2 wires you have to splice. If you can't do that, you got no business owning one of these. It's a 12-volt light too. It's not 110 or anything. But little things like that, guys, it's just part of owning an RV. You know, whether it's new or used, you're always going to have little projects to fix on one. That's not going to ruin your trip if that didn't work. Or if, let's just say that your antenna didn't pick up, your power antenna didn't work. Or just say for that, for example. That's not going to ruin your trip. You got DVD player, you got internet. I mean, you know, stuff like that, guys, not going to ruin your trip. Refrigerator not working can ruin your trip. Slide out not working. Water heater not working. Generator not working. Plumbing leak, that can ruin your trip. Little stuff's not. Don't sweat the small stuff or make a mountain out of a molehill. You can fix the little stuff yourself. We take care of the big stuff. You get the savings. 57.9. And what we do, guys, is we highly encourage you, and you should do this with any vehicle, to come down, inspect the vehicle for yourself, inspect this RV before deciding to buy it or not. And or we highly encourage anyone buying a new or used RV to get a third-party RV inspection. So, you know, a few $100, you know everything about it before deciding to buy it or not, what works and what doesn't. Now, guys, we can't fix anything on it extra just because you got an RV inspection. Our prices are formulated just for the major systems. That's all we repair, guys, for that 57.9 price. I don't have the manpower to do any extra. That's why we keep our prices down, lowest in the country. That's why we sell 500 to 600 used RVs a year, because you can't beat our prices. And unlike other RV dealerships, guys, when you see us advertise a price, 57.9, it's plus applicable sales tax. And if you're a Georgia resident, there is a $50 to $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee. That's Georgia residents only. It doesn't apply to anybody else unless you live in the state of Georgia. That's it. Now, let's just say you saw this at Ripoff World for the same price. You come in to buy it for the 57.9 price. You're going to write a check or You got cash or cashier's check, certified check, whatever. And even if you added your sales tax to it, they're not going to sell you that RV for that price, guys. Your out the door price, you might as well add an extra $10, $12, $15,000 to that advertised price, and then your tax. Because they're going to have upsells, they're going to say extended warranties, gap insurance, tire and wheel packages. They're going to have fees, dock fees, prep fees, processing fees, destination fees, happy camper fees. You name it, they'll have a fee for it. Just because they can fee, rip-off fees, whatever you want to call them. They're all 100% dealer profit, guys. That's an old scam to advertise a lower price and charge all these fees, which are nothing but dealer profit, in order to sell it, advertise a lower price, but sell it for more by disguising the profit as a fee. We've never charged a fee here, never going to. I mean, we keep our stuff easy, simple, and done. So you don't ever walk into a dealership and buy something for the advertised price. That impossibility. Especially the big corporate dealers like Rip Off World and Slander RV and the rest of these things. The rest of these RV dealers, guys. That's how they make their money. And they sell you all these useless products, guys. These extended service contracts or warranties. Not worth the paper they're written on. They don't pay claims. They say they will, but when you need them, you might get 1 out of 4 claims partially paid for. And most of the time you have to pay it out of pocket first, because most repair shops won't work with them, won't work with the ESPs or the warranties or the extended service contracts. You have to pay it out of pocket, and several months later you may get a partial reimbursement, but more times than not you won't. That's how these companies make money, guys. They make money from selling their product, not from paying out claims. Yeah, they pay some, but they're not worth the paper they're written on. Always take that money you're going to pay for an extended warranty, put that money in the savings account, let it draw the minuscule amount of interest it does, and just draw on it when you need a repair. Cash customers are king in the RV service industry, because warranty companies make these service shops take a reduced labor rate. Many of them won't work with them. The few that do, those units get pushed to the back burner. And they take care of their cash customers first. So you might be waiting for weeks or months where you could have came in and just paid cash for the repair, got it back in a few days for the same repair, or do it yourself. So guys, a warranty is just an upsell. And the reason the dealers push them so much, because they got it marked up 3 or 4 times dealer cost. They're paying $1,500 for a warranty, they're selling you for $8 to $10 grand. They're only paying $1,500 for it. They're making money on the financing. They're marking the financing up. They're getting you approved at a lower rate, marking it up 2%, costing you thousands of dollars extra and higher payments over the life of an RV loan, because again, they're greedy. You buy a motorhome like this one, 57.9, you leave owing $80,000 on it, and it happens to people every single day. Here, guys, it doesn't. We keep things easy, simple, and done. So hang tight, guys. I'm gonna bring the rooms in, show you what it looks like with the rooms in, then I'll get one of my guys, we'll take it for a test drive. And hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I got the rooms in, and pretty simple procedure. Of course, standard stuff, like with any slide out, you want to go around outside, make sure all your storage bays are closed, latched, and locked. Go ahead and put your awnings up, like I did with this one. If you're at a campground or need some trees, something like that, and you don't have slide toppers, you want to make sure that the top of your slide outs are clear of debris. A little battery operated blower works great for that, or if you don't have that, a ladder and a broom can also do that as well, or climb on the roof, sweep it off. That way you don't damage the seal. Once you do all that, come inside, and of course the motor has got to be off, front seat slid all the way up, parking brake on. And you can see, even with the room in, plenty of space to move around. This is not a very deep slide. It's only an 18-inch slide, so it's about the minimum depth slide that they put in one. So you just lose a little bit of walk space. You don't really lose any storage. You still got full access to everything. But to bring your room in. You just, once you get to this point, you push it in, push the in button, and bring it all the way in, and till it stops, and you're good to go. As with any slide out, either bring them all the way in or all the way out. If you can't put it all the way out, bring it in. These slide outs have an interior and exterior seal, and unless it's either all the way in or all the way out, this seal cannot connect to keep water out. So if you in a tight spot, or say there's a tree or something like that, and you've only got your slide halfway out and a downpour comes in, you're going to get water inside your RV because that seal cannot keep the water out, because that seal is a a foot away from the wall. So you've got to either put your room in or out, no in between. But like I said, you still got full access to everything. Of course, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, all that stuff. Literally, besides losing a little bit of walkway, no difference having the room in or out. So hang tight, let me grab a salesperson. We will go for a test drive. I'll see you right back from the driver's seat. All right, everybody, now we're going to test drive this 16 Freelander 29 KS. Got my good buddy Joe going to be our cameraman. And guys, show him some love. If you've got any questions about this 29 KS Freelander, give him a call or a text. And what's your number, Joe?
423-702-1310.
Anytime, day or night, it don't matter. He don't care. He likes getting those 2 a.m. calls and texts. His wife may not, but he does. Alrighty, we're gonna take her down the road, which 19,000 miles. I don't really expect to have issues with it, but that's why we do this test drive, so you know before you come down.
Right.
Got a great dash air on it, good visibility. We always get stuck at this red light. I can't tell you the last time I was able to breeze through this red light without stopping. But hey, it's a steep hill. It's a good chance to try an acceleration test. V10's got their own unique sound, every single one of them. I love that. I love the way a V10 sounds. The transmission shifts good. It's got the 5-speed torque shift, which is Ford's version of an Allison. And for a 31-foot Class C, it's got some good get up and go. Got a stove eye rattling back there a little bit, but that's just normal. Of course, I got Grandma in front of us here. On the interstate here in just a minute, maybe. We'll get on a little bit, getting on the highway here, see what kind of speed we can hit. I don't think we'll have an issue. 50, 55, 60, and wow. For 31 foot, this thing had to slow down and get behind this truck. This thing, yeah, no problem there. And even with this truck, one in front of us in the wind zone, one beside us, I control controlling this thing with one hand very easy. We'll hit the cruise control, check it out. Light comes on, we're cruising. Oh yeah. No problem here, guys. 65, no problem. I'm not pulling to the left or the right, even around these trucks. I'm just keeping it steady. So far, guys, mechanically, I'm seeing no issues with it. The way it drives, alignment feels great, tires feel great. We'll try the brakes when we get off here. Rotors feel fine. I don't have any vibrations in the steering wheel. I think we got a winner, guys, but like I said, don't take my word for it. Come check it out for yourself. You know, call before coming to look, obviously. Make sure somebody else ain't scooped it up. Give Joe a call or a text anytime. Joe, what's your number?
423-702-1310.
Thanks for riding along with us, and I hope you enjoyed it. And hit that subscribe button, smash us a thumbs up, and come visit with us. And look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringo, Georgia.